attention, please, as we open up. I need that back patio to quiet down a bit, because we're going to open up the program for the evening. How many people live in Ocean Township in here right now? And how many Ocean Township graduates do I have out here? Welcome back, Beth. Welcome back, Beth, to an Ocean Township event. I'll tell you what, I'm the one guy that got her out here. So, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight to our Mayor's Charity Ball. We're out here supporting a zero administrative cost foundation that has raised over $1 million for kids with pediatric cancer. So let's give this foundation a round of applause. We have our event tonight at the Deal Golf and Country Club. And we planned this event in advance for the Kentucky Derby theme, not realizing that it was actually going to be on the Kentucky Derby. So did we get lucky with the Kentucky Derby? And look at this weather. I ordered this weather. So here we go. You're going to be entertained tonight with tumbling dice. We have races. You're going to have some phenomenal past hors d'oeuvres. We've got a raw bar over here and an open bar until 9:30. So enjoy yourselves this evening as we really celebrate our honorees. We're going to be honoring an entity and 3 individuals this evening. We're going to honor former Mayor Chris Siciliano, who is now the superintendent for Monmouth County, the superintendent of elections, Chris Siciliano. And we show you that Ocean Township moves people up into better positions. So we've got some really good stuff going on here. So I want to thank Chris for all his years that he gave to this municipality, and the Township of Gracious Living. The next up, we're going to honor the Stavola family and Ocean Plaza. And if you look at Ocean Plaza, on the Highway 35 corridor, they are one of the few complexes that keeps updating their stuff, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. And then, of course, we have Mike Patrico and Jen Nordstrom. We will talk about them later on. This year, I'm going to continue with giving back, and we're going to give back to the Maya Terry Foundation. And everybody in this room made this a complete success that it is. Close to 200 attendees. We have sponsored races by most of you in this room. We have raised an incredible amount of money for this foundation. And it's a foundation, Kelly's going to speak about it. I'm not going to steal her thunder. But I am going to tell you why I'm involved with it. And the reason why I'm involved with this foundation is very simple. My son, approximately 12 years ago, had this little girlfriend who was Maya. And this kid protected Maya and took care of Maya. And I was like watching this kid at 9 years old and 10 years old. He's growing up, and I'm like, this kid's amazing. Like, what he's doing is absolutely phenomenal. And Maya got so sick, she passed away, and Kelly started a foundation, and I was like, I'm in. I'm going to get involved. And you know what? Here's a woman that took a tragedy and turned it into something absolutely phenomenal. Instead of burying her head in the sand, she made this into something for other people because she saw the struggle of what other families had to deal with. So you know what? my hat's off to this woman here. Not only is she head of the foundation, but she's also a councilwoman running for re-election. Kelly Terry, let's give her a huge round. This can't be possible without our big sponsors and our honorees and everybody else. So I'm going to turn this mic over to Kelly and let her fill you in on the foundation. Kelly?
Hi, thank you and welcome. I'm going to read this to make it easier because I didn't bury my head in the sand. I pretty much buried it in Tito's. Truth be told. So I'm very grateful to be able to stand here in front of you today. It's an incredible turnout in person as well as the sponsorships who are not participating with us tonight live. Without you, we cannot do what we do, and that's help children and families battling pediatric cancer. For those of you that are new to our mission, the Maya Lynn Terry Foundation was established 10 years ago upon the death of my daughter Maya, who battled 2 different pediatric cancers. She received 3 bone marrow transplants, was on 24-hour dialysis, received a trach to breathe, a tube in her belly to eat, and so much more, all within 5 short years. Her battle started when she was 5 years old. We lost her at the age of 10. She is now forever 10, and this is her foundation's 10th anniversary on May 13th. With your help, we've been able to give close to $1.2 million to 247 children. 52 of those children have since become angels and joined Maya. We've been able to issue 5 pediatric cancer research grants, and with our Random Acts of Kindness mission, we have commenced the development of a handicap-accessible park playground right here in Ocean Township, and we're going to be breaking ground on that with a ribbon cutting on September 12th. Today we also have with us Rob Shaughnessy. He's father to a pediatric cancer warrior, Ryan, who was diagnosed in 2020 with acute myeloid leukemia. And I'd like to turn the mic over to Rob to tell you a little bit about his story and his relationship with our organization.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm not going to public statement, but when Kelly asked if anybody wanted to come and testify to her foundation that received help, I said I'll absolutely do it. So my journey was, to me, I didn't think it was going to happen to me. I'm a retired state trooper, and one of the greatest things I was able to do in my career was befriend a little boy, Timmy Coxtus, who was diagnosed with brain cancer. He passed away, unfortunately, and I just felt so blessed that my 3 children were healthy. Well, in 2018, September, Ryan was receiving some bruising on his leg that was unusual. Went to the doctor, found out that he had acute myeloid leukemia, which is traditionally in older people, and traditionally they do not survive. So his chances were not great. But Ryan, he is a warrior. He endured 5 rounds of chemotherapy. One of the things I remember about dealing with that, the 5 months at Hackensack University Hospital, which was phenomenal, was how special he was as a person. He had a 103.5 fever, pneumonia, shivering, sepsis, and he looks over, he says, "Hey Dad, there's a blanket over there." I thought he wanted the blanket because he was cold. He's like, "No, Dad, you look like you're cold. Why don't you put the blanket on?" So another story about him was, this one kind of choke up about it. He said, "Dad, if this," and this is true, he said to me, "Dad, if this saves somebody else from getting this, I'm glad that I got it." So long story short, Ryan beat it. He did 5 rounds of chemo. He was in the hospital, Mom and Dad switching back and forth up at Hack. We were up there from September till, I want to say May. He comes home, everything's great. 2 years later, he's not feeling good, it's back. He's got his AML back, acute myeloid leukemia. Doctors told us, let me back up, this is how I met Kelly. So Kelly, somebody put us in touch, and she supported us through probably, I forget what month we met, but I saw her son play lacrosse. And I heard Maya's story, which was heartbreaking, beautiful little girl, but Kelly was amazing, supported us financially with everybody's generosity here, and supported us emotionally. So unfortunately, Ryan got it back, and he really didn't have much a survival chance if he wasn't going to get a bone marrow transplant. Mom and Dad were already excluded because we're 50%. Fortunately, my little hero Avery, who's 15 now, was 100% match. She saved his life, but he had to endure another 7 months in the hospital. And he had the bone marrow transplant, and he's still dealing with, he's cancer-free. He's awesome, but he just got because it's always there's always like issues with the medicine. So if you, the treatment. If the treatment beats you up so bad, the things he went through were just, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But, so he just had a hip replacement. He needs one in July, and this is from the prednisone that he was on. But he's doing phenomenal, and I told Kelly that I would come up here and speak on behalf of the Myelin Foundation. $1 million brought in, and the people that they've helped, 200 plus warriors, and another trooper's daughter, Veronica, who they helped us out with the Run with Veronica, and also, I'm trying to think, but so many people helped us out. I mean, I couldn't even name, I feel bad because there's so many people that helped us out, but Kelly was phenomenal helping us out, and I just want to thank her. I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting Pediatric Cancer Foundation that Kelly runs. Thank you.
And then we're, I guess, going to get ready for the live derby shortly.
So real quick, I just want to thank our council that's out here. Councilman Robachero, that's my walking mate that I've been walking with for 8 weeks. Councilman David Fisher, he's out here in the crowd. Deputy Mayor Margie Donlin, she will be here in a few minutes. And one last proclamation I want to hand out. This comes from Tom Arnone, our Commissioner Director, who couldn't be here this evening because he does have an event that he's attending. But Kelly, this is a certificate of recognition for the Myelin Terry Foundation from the Commissioner Board. Do you want me to read it or no? Are we good? Okay. So we're all good. I don't have to read the whole thing. In the words of the mayor, Mayor Perillo in Tinton Falls, you're not really going to read all that to me. No, I'm not. So Kelly, on behalf of Tom Arnone and the commissioners, that's a certificate of recognition. He dropped that off today. Thank you. So now, everybody, I have some tickets. We've got the Derby coming up. Let's have some cocktails, food, and have a great time tonight. Here we go. A phenomenal night out here, all for the Myelin Terry Foundation. So I want to give Kelly another big round of applause. Kelly, thanks a lot. And I got to tell you something. You would not have all of these baskets right now if it wasn't for Lori Lane. Where are you, Lori? Oh my God, Lori! I just gave you a shout out. Lori, thank you very much for packing those up. And my wife, Michelle, where are you? I haven't seen her all night. So I know she's somewhere, but Michelle, I know you helped out with these baskets. She's over there by the baskets. All right. Spending your money. 65 of these things out here. Now, we've got, after the honorees later on, at 9:15, we got a little surprise for you with some fireworks. So we're looking forward to that. And I have to thank Jack Serpico for the donation to the fireworks show tonight. He's got a special finale. He's actually going to shoot it off. And then when he's done, I think he's going to come in and meet us for a drink. So we got to thank Jack and Serpico Fireworks for being out here this evening. So let's give Jack. And of course, when you guys watch the fireworks later on, you're going to have a little Sweet and Joe from one of our old high school buddies from Sweet and Joe. Let's get out here and give him a big round of applause. All right, so our first honoree. We're going to finally finish the season of Chris tonight because it's been an ongoing honoring of Chris Siciliano. But Chris, come on up here. My predecessor, Chris Siciliano, served this town. Chris served this town in many capacities. Chris, let's be quiet here. Come on, we got our first honoree up here. So Chris being our first honoree this evening, Chris spent a lot of time in the Township of Ocean. What a few people don't know is he actually was born in Asbury Park. So at one point, you had a guy, wait a minute, it gets better. So you've got, at one point, the mayor of Ocean Township was born in Asbury Park, and the mayor of Asbury Park was born in Ocean Township, and they flip-flopped. So guess what? Both these guys represented two phenomenal towns that are right next door to each other. Chris did so many things for this municipality, added a lot of events for us. He coached his kids, he served on the planning board, he served as a councilman, he served as a deputy mayor, and he's been your mayor, or was our mayor, for 8 years prior to him stepping up to the prestigious position in the county of Monmouth as the superintendent of elections. So, without further ado, we are going to honor former mayor Chris Siciliano. First one up is... She's not going to read the whole thing, but this is a proclamation from our assemblywomen, Kim Owner and Marilyn Piperno. Thank you, ladies. I didn't think they were still here. All right, and you got it. Thank you. Senator Gopal, where are you? I believe you have one as well. Oh wait, that's all we're gonna do is just. You gotta like that one. There you go, Chris. Chris has about 10 proclamations. So we've got the Assembly, we've got the Senate. Nothing from Tommy Arnone because he wasn't going to waste another frame, all right, or another piece of paper. So Chris, you want to say a few words?
I do. So thank you, everybody. It's an honor to be here on this side of the ball this time, which is great. For years, I've been doing this as a mayor and partnering up with Kelly and the foundation. And give it up for Kelly and her team again one more time. And one thing I've always said about this group that she has, the workers, it was unbelievable. I turned it over to them and said, you know, I want to do a mayor's ball. I really need some help here in running this thing. And Kelly stepped up and said, I'll do it for my foundation. And, you know, I have a whole team they put together. Well, she was so fastidious. Everybody knows Kelly. Every little thing, she has a spreadsheet, and it's all laid out on the table. It's like a war room. Got everything down to the last detail. What are you going to wear? What color shoelaces? What are you, crazy? She's going to do this event, big event. Blew it up, and over the years raised a lot of money doing it, so we're glad to have done that. But I didn't want to make a long speech because we have other honorees, and I was happy to have served with Jen and Mike here for many years. Jen and Mike over here will be honored as well. Jen was like, and Mike were like having a genie in the bottle. Any crazy whim I could come up with, they would make it happen. It was really great, nice to have, so that's great that you're going to meet them later. And also, we have Gary here from Stavola. Stavola's here. We're going to be honored tonight. And then Gary's handicapped, spends a lot of time in the office, I'm sure. He works hard, folks, he really does. But they put together that beautiful shopping center for us. I was on the planning board at the time when we brought that in there. That's the Wegmans and the Staples and all that good stuff. A new facade, looks good, Gary. I'm glad we picked those stones, very nice. But anyway, since Vin didn't read his proclamation, I got a little more time. I'm going to read it. What a great guy I was and all these wonderful things. No, I'm not going to read it, but it's nice, and I'm glad that John and his team is doing some great things here. And let's keep this one going. This is a great foundation. And Kelly, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you. It really was. Beautiful. John, thank you. This is quite an honor. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. It's always a pleasure with Chris up here. You always get it. Yeah, that's it, Chris. You can go sit down now. We're all done. We have no more events to honor him at. It's over, Chris, okay? This is your final goodbye. All right, let's give Chris a big round of applause. You know, the beautiful thing about the Township of Ocean is we have always had an incredible road paved for us that he had paved for him with Bill Larkin, and I've got the road paved from Chris, and I'm hoping that we can continue this for the Township of Ocean. Thank you, Chris, for everything you did. Next up, and there was a reason why I chose this honoree this year. You know, it's one piece to bring someone back that has a root to the Township of Ocean. And a lot of people know her as Beth Stavola, but I know her as Beth Beggins from high school. My wife knows her as Beth Beggins. And you hear people talk about Stavola, Stavola, Stavola. Well, it's actually Beth Beggins. There you go. But when I sat with her and Jack's like, I'm just the guy behind the scenes. And I'm like, you know what, Jack? You got an incredible property in Ocean Township. And the thing that I like about the property is the fact that the Stavolas and their realty company, headed up by Gary Galonga. Come on up here, Gary and Beth. Come on up. Come on, Beth. It's our queen here. So, the thing that I really like about Ocean Plaza and the fact that it's a shopping center that's one of our older ones in our southwestern quadrant of the municipality is the fact that they're constantly updating and upgrading it and making it look really nice for an older complex that actually looks better than some of our newer ones. So I'm kind of hoping that other shopping centers up and down the 35 corridor emulate what you guys do for our municipality. So I can't thank you guys enough for what you've done and what you've done for this municipality. So before I have you say a few words, I want to call up our Assemblywomen first. They have a quick proclamation that they want to hand out. We're not reading it.
Thank God. It is an honor, both personally and professionally, to bestow this upon both Gary and Beth on behalf of Stavola and all you do for our towns, for our communities, just to make our New Jersey state and our Monmouth County a tremendous place to live, work, and just embrace life. So God bless you guys. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
All right, Senator Gopal, come on up. You also have one.
Oh, maybe not. Bob, where are you?
Bob, just Bob, let's go.
Come on, Bob.
Come on, not that we're never gonna see. We're never gonna see the photo. We'll take it. Kelly, get it. Can you get everybody? Thank you, Michelle.
One more time.
Yes, that's right.
No film.
All right, Senator, come on up. And we got Senator Gopal here as well. Go ahead, Senator.
I deeply appreciate you, Chris. We've honored him like 42 times. We're going to keep honoring him. This is really special for me because Beth is a very close friend of mine outside of politics. Gary, I've known forever. Congratulations to both of you. Couldn't happen to a greater company who also does so much for every nonprofit organization. Congratulations on behalf of the Senate.
Thank you, Senator. All right, I'm going to have Gary's going to say a few words on behalf of the Stavola Realty Company. Gary, go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor Napo County. It's an honor to get this type of award. We are blessed to have such a great community in Ocean, and as I've said to many people, the governing body in Ocean Township and the town itself is managed as good as any town that we're in. There are many towns in New Jersey. And I've known Mayor Siciliano for a lot of years. He was on the planning board when we built the shopping center, and we bought property and swapped property and vacated streets to make the Wegmans work. And you know, a lot of things go in, and it's not easy to find a town that is so well run. Your community development department is exceptional. Your planning and zoning boards are smart and dedicated, and I can't say enough about the town. They're awesome. So I have some people with me. Doyle Waldrop, who runs our property management, Karen Gulick, leasing and development manager, longtime resident in Ocean Township, Gina Daya, who assists everybody, and of course Beth Stavola, who's a legend in Ocean. And it's great to have received this honor, and thank you very much, Mayor Napo. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Gary. It's really our pleasure. Beth, you want to say a few? I gotta have. You know what? We gotta have Beth say a few words.
Yeah, you can say a few words.
Thank you, Ben.
I forgot to thank Ben and the Assembly. Thank you
And the Assembly.
very much.
It's such an honor to be Kim, Maryland. I mean, it's such an honor to be back here in Ocean Township. It just feels like home. So I'm just so excited. So it's great.
We're glad to have you back. It's good to see Beth. Thanks, Beth and Gary. One other thing I want to mention, we do have another special guest back here. First time we've had this at any mayor's ball. We got two senators here tonight. I got Declan O'Scanlan back here. Where are you, Declan? Is he still in the back, or did he leave? Declan was here, and Senator Gopal. Thank you guys, really. Our next two honorees. These two honorees, I don't even know what to say. There's so much that they do for this municipality, but I want to bring them up right now. I've got Mike Patrico and Jen Nordstrom. Come on up as I speak about what you guys do for us. So, we call this the Jen and Mike team because, I mean, really, this is a team that has evolved into something that has, I can't even get over what they do. You ask them to do an event, they get on it. You ask them to add to something, they add on to it. You ask them to add 5 more things, they're on it, and they blow it up. And their events that they do have increased in attendance every single time we do another one. And it's absolutely amazing. And this is for the Township of Ocean. We had a Christmas tree lighting this past year. He brought in a skating rink. We did the Vietnam Memorial dedication last Saturday. Jen brings in a friggin' Black Hawk. I mean, are you kidding me? A Black Hawk. This team has made us shine, and you know what? We set policy and procedure. We don't run this municipality. We have a township manager, Dave Brown. I don't know where you are, Dave. You're out here. But it's this guy that helps this municipality run as smooth as it runs, along with our chief of police, Mike Sorrentino. I know you're out here somewhere. This is a phenomenal team for the Township of Ocean, and I cannot thank you two enough. That's why you're honored here this evening. So let me call up my assemblywomen first, because they also have a proclamation for you.
I love this.
We're together all the time. Signal up upstairs next.
On behalf of all your tremendous enthusiasm, energy, and commitment to Ocean Township and all the residents, God bless you, thank you, and congratulations. I can't wait for the next party.
Not for anything, but I've been told we do have the best events. Sorry, anybody outside of this town. All right, Senator Gopal, I believe you also have a couple of proclamations for our dynamic duo here.
Thank you to both of them. If you come to a lot of Ocean Township events like all of us do, often on Saturdays and Sundays, they're always there. They're always working hard. They're always running around. They are tireless, and they make everybody in Ocean Township look great. Every community event they do, the Irish event, the Italian event, the Veterans event, more and more events, and they're getting a raise today too, or no?
I think so. Well, no, they get this comp time right here.
Comp time, okay. You know, they're doing a lot of weekend events. The proclamations are nice, but the raise. They are awesome. They're
Dave Brown. Dave Brown.
Now there's a strong administrator.
Yeah.
Got it. They're awesome spouses, Mike and Christy. They're just great people, and thank you for all you do for Ocean Township on behalf of New Jersey Senate.
Thank you, Senator. All right. There goes our honorees. Mike, you want to say a few words?
I was told by Vinny I have to thank my wife. So thank you, Christy, for the ongoing support throughout the years. 3 years ago, I never thought I'd be here right now. So without you, you know, this whole room owes you a big thank you.
Thank you.
And Kelly, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be, you know, honored here for such an event that's so special for everybody else. Chris, thank you. Mayor, thank you. Council, thank you. Everybody here, you know, you have such a big part in, you know, what we do on a day-to-day basis. Dave Brown, Chief, everybody that's involved in the township, you know, I owe this to you, and most of all, Jen. You know, I'm only here, probably standing here, like you guys don't care about my rec basketball league, my rec soccer so much, but these events are just insane. And Jen comes up with the idea, she comes to my office every day, and she's like, Mike, I got a black light coming. I'm like, all right, we'll get the grass cut. You know, like, can we get ice for ice skating rink? I'll find the money. You know, so that's kind of how this team works.
Pay that bill yet?
No, not yet, but thank you everybody, thank you Assemblywoman, thank you Senator, and you know, here you go, Jen.
Thank you so much. I agree. I'm going to start with my husband, Mike. Thank you so much. Going as far back as PTA, you've always supported me. I thank all of my friends who are out here who have also always been a part of my team. I've always had a great team of volunteers behind me, and Mike came into Ocean Township shortly after I did, and we really truly do love working with one another, and so thank you all so much for the opportunity. Chris, you and I came to know each other more than we ever knew we would be, but I mean, we bounced ideas back off, you know, one another. We had so much fun. John, thank you so much for recognizing us.
And following the script, too.
And following my script, even when I screw up last names. The entire council, thank you so much. I put you to work all the time. They're my favorite parking attendants. Couldn't do my events without them. My daughter Rebecca and her new husband Tom are here. We thank you. My dear friends Rose Bravachera, they've always supported me in everything I've done. Kelly, my Gabby was friends with Maya. It is an honor to be here tonight. I'm just so touched by the entire thing. I've come to know so many people through this job. I thought volunteering was great. Getting a paycheck is even better. But we love it. We have so much fun, and we can't look forward to what we can bring to the town. It's been awesome. It's really been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon.
And once again, I just want to thank Dave Brown. I want to thank my clerk, our clerk, Jesse Joseph, Thank you for being out here. Our former clerk, Vinnie Bucaglieri. There's Vinnie out here. Our municipal attorney, Marty Arvis, and Matt Good. And of course, I've got Greg Blash, our municipal engineer. So I want to thank them for being out here for us. And most importantly, you know, for both Kelly and I, you know, we have two pretty supportive families. And Kelly really has a lot of this to owe to Bevan over here. Bevan has always been there. He always gives to the foundation. He's always out front. He always gives. So I can't thank Bevan enough, and my family, the Levins. They have had me into their life, and you know what? They are the best. I love both these families. So thank you guys for being there for us. Jen wants one more, and then Senator, I believe you have a few words.
Just real quick, I want to thank all of the sponsors who have ever helped us with our events. We could never do it without you. It means so much. And listen, if you want to be a sponsor for a future event, absolutely. I'm sitting right here. Just step up.
Tell Gary he's looking.
Yeah, first of all, I need to talk to you.
Senator, come on, I think you had a couple of last words.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to make sure the mayor's team, because the mayor did a great job tonight, raised more money than Chris, right, or no? But we want to make sure that his team here, that are all here, Deputy Mayor Margie Donlin, let's hear it for her. Councilman Robert Terra is here, the Councilman Albert Brown, Councilman Dave Fisher, and Councilwoman Kelly Terry. Let's hear it for Ocean Township. This is my government.
Thank you, sir.